Should you sign a prenuptial agreement in the state of Michigan? Well, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public. So please subscribe to our channel. Should you sign a prenuptial agreement? Well, I think like this. Prenuptial agreements are designed to protect prior acquired property. Stuff that you have from before, not accumulated during any marriage, that you want to keep separate for whatever reason. Maybe you want to keep it in the family. Maybe it's a blended marriage, so you have kids and you want these kids to benefit from that, and you don't want stepchildren to take your estate, whatever, There are all sorts of things, reasons why you might want to have it. So does it make sense? You got to look at each individual case. There's a great episode of Seinfeld where George asks his wealthy fiancé to sign a prenuptial agreement. And she laughs at him and she says, "Of course I'll sign it. You don't have anything." In other words, he's trying to get her to sign the prenuptial agreement because he thinks it'll put a wrench in the marriage, that she'll be so offended. Meanwhile, she's not offended. She says, "Of course I'll sign it." And why? Because you don't have anything. So the point is, when you got a prenuptial agreement, should you sign a prenuptial agreement? I think like this. I think it's typically drafted by the person who has something to protect. And I think that you should sign it, especially if you've had a discussion with your fiancé about what the reason is for it and why you should have it. I would think if both parties are similarly situated, there isn't a particular reason to have a prenuptial agreement. If both get married, they get married, they both have $100,000, she has, he has, I don't know why there should be a prenuptial agreement if the parties are on the same footing. The problem is when you have one party on a much higher footing than the other, and there's a concern of that someone's marrying for the money, there's a concern about the good faith nature that they're utilizing to go into this. Are they going into it with good faith or not? If there's a question about that, the prenuptial agreement, you can make it so that it expires after a certain amount of time if a person's worried that they're being manipulated for financial reasons into a marriage. So I think like this. I think a person, if presented a prenuptial agreement, there should be appropriate discussion about it. I think it's just as important for you to feel safe as it is for the other person to feel secure. And they want to make sure of these things too. So I think if you have a transparent discussion about it, it may very well prove to be a thing that brings the parties closer together and not necessarily drives them apart. If you have any questions about your particular situation, of course, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.